You're not broken. You're not a pessimist. You're not someone who just can't relax. You are someone whose brain has gotten extraordinarily good at one thing, and that thing is keeping you safe, even when there is absolutely nothing to be safe from. Here's the thing nobody tells you about worry. It's not a character flaw. It's not weakness. It's not even really about the thing you're worrying about. Worry is a feature. Your brain built it on purpose. Think about that for a second. Because most of us have spent years believing something is wrong with us, that other people just float through life feeling fine, calm, unbothered, while we lie awake at 2 a.m. mentally rehearsing a conversation that happened 3 days ago or hasn't happened yet. And the worst part? On the surface, everything is fine. Your life, by most measures, is okay, maybe even good. And yet your brain will not stop scanning, circling, bracing for something. You can't quite name what. You just feel like something is coming. That feeling has a name. And once you understand what it is, you will never see your own mind the same way again. Let me show you what's actually happening inside your brain, and I promise this will change everything. Your brain has one primary job, not to make you happy, not to help you succeed, not to help you enjoy your life. Its primary job is to keep you alive, and tens of thousands of years ago that meant constant threat detection. Predators, famine, rival tribes. The world was genuinely dangerous every single second. So your brain evolved a system, a built-in alarm that never fully switches off. Neuroscientists call it the threat response. Most of us just call it anxiety. Here's where it gets interesting. That ancient alarm system cannot tell the difference between a lion in the grass and an unanswered email from your boss. To your nervous system, both of those things feel identical. Your body floods with cortisol. That's your stress hormone. Your heart rate climbs, your breathing gets shallow, your attention narrows. Your entire system locks onto the threat. Except there is no lion. There is just your inbox. And because the modern world never gives your brain an all-clear signal, because stress is constant, low-grade, ambient, your threat detection system stays switched on. It starts scanning when there's nothing to scan for. It manufactures worry because worry feels useful. Worry feels like preparation. To your brain, thinking about the worst-case scenario feels like doing something about it. There's even a dopamine component here. And I know that sounds counterintuitive. Why would your brain reward you with dopamine for worrying? But here's what researchers have found. The act of thinking, planning, problem-solving, even catastrophizing activates your reward circuitry. Your brain actually gets a chemical hit from going over the problem again and again. So you're not just anxious, you're accidentally addicted to anxiety. You've been rewarding the loop without even knowing it. Let me make this real for you. You know that moment when you're lying in bed and your body is exhausted, but your mind just will not stop? You're replaying something someone said, or you're mentally rehearsing a difficult conversation, or maybe nothing specific, just a vague, creeping sense that something is wrong, something you're forgetting, something you're not handling right. Or maybe you know this one. You have a genuinely good day, a really good one, and somewhere in the back of your mind, a little voice says, "This is too good. Something is about to go wrong." Like you can't quite trust the good without waiting for it to break. Like happiness itself feels dangerous. Or this. Something good happens in your relationship, your career, your health, and instead of feeling relief, you start mentally scanning for what you might have missed. What could still go wrong? What you didn't account for. That is not pessimism. That is a nervous system that has been trained to treat safety as suspicious. Because for most of human history, stillness and peace were exactly the moment a predator would strike. Your brain learned to fill peaceful moments with worry just to stay sharp. And here's the thing that might sting a little. The more intelligent you are, the more vivid this experience tends to be. Because your brain is good at generating detailed, convincing, worst-case scenarios. It's almost like your imagination is working against you. You are not broken. You are spectacularly designed for a world that no longer exists. So what do you actually do about it? Because understanding why it's happening is helpful, but what you really need is a tool. Something you can use tonight. Something simple enough to remember at 2 a.m. when your brain is going at full speed. I call it the name, ask, move method. 3 steps, 30 seconds. And it works because it directly interrupts the neurological loop I just described. Step 1. Name it. The moment you notice the spiral starting, the replay, the what if, the vague dread, you say out loud or in your head, my threat system is activating. Not I'm anxious. Not I'm a worrier. You say my threat system is activating. This matters because naming what's happening in clinical terms, even simple ones, actually shifts activity in your brain away from your emotional center and toward your prefrontal cortex. Your thinking brain starts to come back online. You go from being inside the feeling to observing it. That tiny shift is more powerful than most people realize. Step 2. Ask one specific question, not why am I like this? That question sends you deeper into the loop. The question is there a real action I can take in the next 24 hours that would actually reduce this risk? If the answer is yes, write that action down and commit to it. Your brain will often calm when it has a concrete plan. If the answer is no, which it often is, because most of what we worry about is abstract, future-based, or out of our control, then you say out loud, there is no action. This is noise. That sentence is not giving up. That sentence is telling your threat system the truth. Step 3. Move your body. Literally move. Stand up. Walk to another room. Do 10 slow jumping jacks. Step outside for 60 seconds. Physical movement, especially rhythmic movement, signals to your nervous system that you survived the threat. It completes the biological stress cycle that anxiety keeps open. This isn't about exercise. It's about sending your body a message. The danger has passed. We're okay. We can stop now. Name, ask, move. That's it. 3 steps. You can do it in your kitchen at midnight. You can do it in a meeting when your chest gets tight. You can teach it to your kids. It works because it's not fighting your brain. It's communicating with it in the language it was built to understand. I want to tell you about a woman named Claire. She's in her early 40s, 2 kids, a job she actually likes, a relationship that's genuinely good, and she came to this exact framework after years of what she described as waiting for the floor to drop out. Even on the best days, there was always this background hum of dread. She thought it was just who she was, a worrier, a catastrophizer, someone who couldn't fully enjoy anything. She started with just step 1, just naming it. My threat system is activating. She said the first time she did it, something unexpected happened. She almost laughed because she heard herself say it and thought, this is a biology problem, not a me problem. That was the beginning. Within 2 weeks, she added the question, is there a real action I can take? And she found that most of the time the answer was no. Most of her worry was abstract, future-based. What if something happens to my parents? What if we lose the house? What if he stops loving me? No action available, just noise. And hearing herself say that, this is noise, started to break the spell. She didn't stop worrying entirely. That's not the goal. The goal is to stop worrying running the show. And that, she said, changed how she experienced good things. She could be happy without immediately preparing for it to end. She could be still without filling the stillness with threat. Maybe that sounds like a small shift. But if you've spent years living with a background alarm that never turns off, quiet is not a small thing. Quiet is everything. Here's what I want to leave you with. You didn't choose to be a worrier. Your brain made that choice for you somewhere along the way based on experiences and environments and biology you didn't design. The pattern was never about weakness. It was never about who you are at your core. It was a strategy your nervous system built to protect you. And strategies can change. Patterns can be interrupted. New loops can be built. You have already done the hardest part just by watching this far, because most people never stop to question the thing that's running in the background. Most people just live inside the loop their whole lives, assuming it's just the way they are. You don't have to. Tonight, when it starts, and it might, don't fight it. Don't try to push it down or tell yourself to stop. Just say it. My threat system is activating. And then ask the question. And then move. You are not broken. You never were. You are just someone who learned to survive. And now, slowly, patiently, one quiet night at a time, you're going to learn to live.